everybody, Thomas here from Team Lynnvander.
Josh,
Aaron,
and I'm Tyler.
And we are the creators and developers of REANIMATOR, the board game. We're going to show you right here at this table this beautiful, beautiful prototype we've put together. Let's just dig right into it. Okay, here we are. We've got this awesome board set up here. What you're looking at is the small town of Arkham, Massachusetts in 3D. But hey Josh, we should take some of these buildings and show how they're made first.
Okay, so these are, well, this particular one is 5 pieces of punch board.
I'm going to zoom right in. Here we go.
Yep.
Right there. Perfect. There we go. Look at that.
So there are 4 walls that slot together and a roof that comes off. And the roof is double-sided for when the building gets overrun by the undead that you've brought back to life.
Ah, 3D, huh? Look at that. All right, so we've got all kinds of components here. Let's go through all the components and show everyone what they're getting.
Yeah, so we first have the subplot cards at the top. There's one for Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. And we'll be going through those to have spooky and different things happen to you as you're playing through the game. You have 8 locations making up Arkham, everything from Miskatonic University to the Asylum, the police station to the front lines, the hospital, Christchurch Cemetery, the farmhouse where all of the stuff happens, and the Historical Society where you can read up and figure out some magical tomes. Then at the bottom there, you have 2 areas to track. One is tracking how Herbert West is doing. You've got little tokens to track each of his sanity and his health. As you go on, he's going to get hurt and get increasingly stressed out. If either one of those hits 0, you've lost the game because you've lost the man behind the whole project.
Yep.
The other one is the used cadavers. And that's where you're going to put cadavers after you've tried to use the reanimation serum on them and right before you see what happens next, before they come back from the dead and start wandering around and messing up your day.
Yeah,
Finally, we've got the Watch, who's over on the police station right now. It's the City Watch. They're looking for people doing weird things, like digging up corpses in the middle of the night. And then you've also got a Herbert West standing, and that's your wonderful protagonist, your best friend, because all the players play the narrators. And he's the one that you are following around and helping to get all the things done around Arkham. You've then got tomes, I should say, which are books. You're going to be trading those in to get more knowledge, and we're going to explain that a bit more in a little bit. You've got ingredients. That's what you need to actually create the serum. And then over here in the cemetery, we've got a pile of cadavers, and each one has an undead version for when they're wandering around as well.
And then we've got dice. What are the dice for?
Yeah. So then we've got dice. So at the end of every serial, and for the original version of REANIMATOR, there were 6 serials, so you're going to go through it 6 times. You're going to have 1 dice per player, and you're going to have to, after you've gone around and gathered your stuff, you're going to have to try to actually create the serum. And that's done by rolling those dice. You're going to roll a number equal to players. And then you have a little bit of math you do to figure out what you're trying to roll. So you're going to try to roll less than the number of ingredients that you've collected. So if you have only 5 ingredients at the end of the serial, you have to roll less than 5 on those dice. When you've got 4 dice, that's going to be really difficult, and there's 2 ways to help mitigate that. The first one is these tomes, as we said before. Those are going to trade in for 3 to 1 for knowledge, and each knowledge cancels one of those dice.
Yep, more knowledge, less chance.
Exactly. And then those cadavers, each cadaver you have is going to be 1 roll at the dice. So you need at least 1 even to try the serum. But if you have 3 or 4 cadavers, you have that many more chances to try to get the serum right.
Cool. All right, so we've got all that laid out. How do we actually just get into this? How do we start this?
So first of all, Herbert West starts at Miskatonic University, and we're going to start with whoever the first player is.
Okay, I've zoomed in here. I actually got real close. I actually want to just take a look at this town because it's 3D, and that top-down view we were just doing was not giving this little town justice. So you can see this is pretty much a 3-dimensional board. All right, so we are now starting with, that's cool. We're starting with Herbert West. He's hanging out at Miskatonic University, which is our most elaborate of buildings, because it should be. That's our home base for everything.
So our turn order sequence is that we each play as the narrator. We take turns being the narrator.
Yep, during each serial, each player is going to be the narrator once.
The game begins with drawing Act 1.
Yeah, so you draw an Act 1. So each time you go through a subplot, so that's when you're a narrator, you're going to draw an Act 1.
can we see what that looks like?
I was just going to do that.
Awesome.
I was going to bring it up in here, and I was going to show. So we actually drew one of
zoom in on that. There we go.
We actually drew one of the wild ones right off the bat.
Nice.
So I can't read this upside down.
All right, go ahead.
I'm going to
You can
go
read it.
back and you can look at it. And it goes, patrols unrelated to our work. So still, there's plenty that they could discover along the way, searching through the night as they were. We had to keep a weather eye. Move the watchman to another location on the board. If one is not on the board, add one anywhere. So right now the watchmen are at the police station, so we have to move them to any other location on the board.
And what do they do when they're there?
So whenever you're there, it is more difficult to gather things from that location.
Right.
So
Because we're early in the game at this point, we
Yep.
don't really know what we need to gather, so we can just put them somewhere that.
yeah, the front lines is usually a pretty good call early in the game. It's a gambling location.
All right, so they're hanging out at the gambling hall, the front lines.
So then you see at the bottom here, or the side I should say, is also going to be a color coordination, and that's the color you're looking for on the next act.
So this card only had one choice, but we may see in a moment.
Yeah, so actually,
Cards
and
that
then
have
I got the
multiple
top
choices.
one. So this is a great example. There's two choices here.
Nice. Yeah, that's right. There's the purple and the
Yeah.
red
Yeah.
and the orange.
So one of the things you're going to have to do when you're playing the game is not only do you have to track what you're getting off of each of these choices, or
so-
often what you're losing, but instead you also have to track what you're going into. And you'll learn that
Science,
each one
occult.
has a specific thing behind it. So occult ones tend to be the scariest, science ones are kind of in the middle, and then investigation tend to be the easiest.
Right. So right now we've
The
got
choices you make are going to chain into different kinds of cards, right?
Exactly.
and you're creating a bit of a story as you go forward.
Exactly.
Each card has a narrative element and then a game effect.
So do we as a team choose?
Yep.
What the okay,
Read
perfect.
them out.
Yep, so I'll read it out. So it's the university hallways are quiet. The halls of the university are quiet and perhaps far too quiet. You decide to hide to avoid the difficulties that you may have to face. So that would be losing one ingredient and then drawing a science. Or, when things are too silent, it means that something terrible is likely afoot. You decide that it is time to run. There's no effect, but we have to draw an occult. So one of the rules in the game is if you ever can't discard what you have to, you instead lose a sanity as reality itself warps to try to
Oh,
adjust for
so
what's
there's a
happening.
consequence, just so we lose
Now,
a sanity no matter what.
If we can go with one of these options, we have to take that option, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so this is just the
We
if
have
we
no ingredients.
Yeah.
Right?
so yeah so we could choose the other one and go right for
If you ever can't resolve either of them,
Right,
you just
right.
lose sanity instead.
right. So in this case, we're forced to take the second one.
Precisely.
So no effect, and we draw an occult card.
Precisely.
From
Okay.
the third deck.
Yeah. So we go into Act 3.
And we mill until we get a card of the right type.
Correct.
Milling is the term they use in Magic the Gathering for just sifting through the deck to find the card you need. And
There
just
we
once
go.
again- All right.
So we've got another one. And as you see here, it says instead of going to another card, it's going to end the subplot. Now every single card in the Act 3 deck is going to end the subplot, but some of them in Act 1 and Act 2 can even end the subplot early.
Interesting.
Meaning you won't draw a third card.
So Adam Gilman, let's see.
Yeah.
We have choices here.
So Adam Gilman. Gilman appeared on your doorstep one day, demanding to explain his dream of Cyclopean City to us. We listened with trepidation before sending him on his way. Lose one sanity. Or, there were strange truths that I could feel in my bones with each piece of the story he constructed, and I feared what it could mean, but salivated at the prospects. Lose two sanity, but gain one tome.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So, we can either lose the two sanity and gain one tome, or we lose just one sanity.
Well, tomes are pretty good because we need 3 tomes to get rid of a die, right? Mm-hmm. But we have a lot of sanity. How much do we have actually? We've got
6 of each.
6 sanity, 6 health. Are there ways to recover this as we go? I guess.
So as you can see, Miskatonic University gives you 1 of each. The hospital gives you 2 health. The asylum gives you 2.
Oh, I see. So all these locations have something that you can do. Okay.
Each one does something.
And when do we get to activate those?
Those are going to be after the subplot.
After the subplot.
Each person gets to have an action.
Perfect.
And that's how you go around doing things.
Okay. Well, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do we want to get a tome early and lose a couple sanity?
That seems worthwhile. We've got so much sanity to play with right now. We might as well.
Sounds good.
Famous last words. So we'll just take these 2 off of the pile and we'll put them somewhere randomly
Put
for
them
now.
aside.
And then we will get a tome. Right. So he's got a book. We all know in the Cthulhu-ish kind of like Arkham lifestyle, if you read a book, it's not good.
Well, sometimes very good,
Yeah.
often not. So now I've finished that subplot, or we finished that subplot.
Right.
I'm done as narrator.
Okay.
So it now goes to you, Thomas.
So I get
to
to-
do your first action.
Again,
so you
actually,
move
so
Herbert West anywhere on the board.
Right. So I could choose to keep him there and just use the action to recover.
Yes.
So it recovers a health and a sanity. I don't want to, that's not very synergistic for me. So maybe I'm going to go and get some ingredients at the farmhouse.
Yep.
So a +1 ingredient added
Nice.
there.
Then we have better control over which card effects we get to choose.
Yeah, I like that.
Excellent. So, despite my last words, I want to play quite conservatively. I'm going to move to the asylum
Yep.
and get back those sanity we spent on the card.
Nice.
I think we should probably get a cadaver.
So you can go over here and harvest a cadaver.
Yeah. This is at the church.
So we have a cadaver now. All right, so as it stands right now, we're allowed to roll at the end, but there's pretty much no way 4 dice are going to roll under 1. So we've got 4 more players'
some work.
turns to get the numbers down properly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in light of that, I go last. I'm going to go to the Historical Society, grab us one more tome, and now it is Thomas's turn to serve as the narrator.
Okay, so I'll just take an act 1 card and we'll read this out. The faculty's interdiction. Ooh. So here, both Herbert and you are hustled out of the academy in disgrace. Arguments that this is preposterous be damned. You lose 1 cadaver. Or you're forced to admit that you turned on your friend, denying him to exit the university more quietly. Lose 2 sanity. So lose a cadaver, which we just gained, or lose 2 sanity, and go to an investigation. You said investigations were easier.
Yes.
We want occult or investigation, I think, is the bigger choice.
Losing the cadaver and the occult is a really nasty hit. It's like a
It is.
double-double.
That is a double hit.
But we lose 2 sanity, which we've got lots of. We go to an investigation. I think, what do you guys think? I think we should go for the lose 2
Second.
sanity.
Totally agree.
Sounds good.
All right, done. So now we got to go to an
Draw for
investigation.
investigation. Nope. Yes, because these ones, these gray ones that are wild, they match all the types.
Yeah.
Past actions. So often our past actions could find new ways to haunt us. We would spy the results of our failed experiments from time to time, or the results of their activities. Place 1 cadaver from the used cadaver pile on the board.
Yeah. So normally, that's when those used cadavers would come back and start wandering around
Oh,
as
man.
undead.
In
So
future
we
serials.
So we kind of lucked out this turn.
That lucked out. It won't do anything right now.
All right, so
Except that because we can't fulfill the conditions,
we lose a
Sanity.
sanity. Oh man.
Precisely. So
Good
you're
call.
always getting.
Oh man, we're already
getting
half
hit by those
sanity.
things.
This is gross.
All right.
Okay, let's see what
Third
Act
card
3.
is also investigation.
Oh
you
no,
go.
here we go. Another questioning. Herbert West was taken in by the watch again. Questioned in regards to some strange things found in our fuse. He came home afterwards, cocksure in his innocence. Lose 1 health actually, which isn't too bad. Or, yeah, because we haven't lost any yet. When he was taken in for questioning, some quick thinking and coordination ensured that we were able to frame someone else as a person of interest in their investigation. Lose 1 cadaver but gain 2 sanity. Well, considering this is the end of the serial, and we're probably going to get some sanity back, I think
Not
we
the
should...
end of the serial, it's the end of the subplot.
End of the subplot, my bad. Because this is the end of the subplot, I think losing a health is okay because then we can spend an action to get them back.
Yep.
It sounds like it's the most synergistic. So I'm going to go for the lose a health. So he loses a health.
So we've all been in agreement, but it is worth pointing out that if there's ever a draw, for example, if you're playing with 3 players, or we disagree, it is up to the narrator to resolve those draws.
Narrator gets final say in the group
Yeah.
decision during their subplot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I guess I'm done as the narrator, and I believe it moves to the left. So Aaron, you get a chance to move Herbert first.
All right, well, since I get to go first, I'm going to perform my signature move. And I'm going to go to the asylum
likes
to
being
regain
sane.
2 sanity.
All right, sanity's back. Josh, what are you going to do?
It can matter sometimes where we end our turn, right?
It can, yes. So
Okay.
there are 2 locations that are considered safer. And that's Miskatonic University or the farmhouse.
Okay.
And that leads
Let me-
into the story of those locations are often safer than anywhere else.
Let me go here and get us. a
Yeah, there
cadaver.
seems to be a lot of options to get rid of cadavers, right?
But otherwise, it only matters really when more undead are wandering the board or when the watch are somewhere, because they will affect you if you're hanging around.
All right, so your turn.
So I'm going to head back to the Historical Society and get one more
You
tome.
nice those books.
A 3rd tome. Wow.
Well,
You
that's
know
what
what?
we need to get rid of one of those dice.
I'm going to actually go back to miskatonic and heal up because I've may or may not have seen this game played. I know how fast this can spin. And there we go. That ends my turn. So now it is Aaron's turn to be the narrator.
Excellent. So I'm going to draw an Act 1 card, and I see A Night at the Opera. Taking a night off to an experimental new show was a mistake. The play, The King in Yellow, upset us both so that we left the theater early, missing the final act, lose 1 sanity. Or, the play was intriguing, seeming to speak a number of new thoughts and ideas in my mind. West was similarly incensed. I cannot recall it, but I was inspired. Lose 2 sanity, gain 1 tome.
Ooh.
Now, if we do that, we draw an occult card instead of a science card.
Oh, spiraling.
But
And-
that's okay though, because we got 3 already. We could start down our other path because after Josh, we have to then do the final roll, right?
Yeah.
So if we get a tome right now, we're getting pretty close to
Remove
getting
two
rid of
dice.
2 dice, but then we need to get some ingredients. So
Yeah. So we also haven't gone over it yet. But if you fail that roll and you run out of cadavers, the game isn't over. You're only going to lose sanity and health, your call of what the makeup is, but by the number you fail by.
so it could be the game over.
It could be you fail by 12.
Yeah.
Right, full right now. So
Yeah.
it's just, you're then in a much worse position starting the next serial, where basically each time the game is resetting, but it's a little bit harder and a little bit worse as the undead are building up, and you have often things slowly getting worse.
Yeah. So what do you think we should do? Should we go for the tome and do the occult, or should we just lose the sanity safely and go for science?
I think we lose 2 sanity and gain their tome, because then I get to perform my signature move again.
There we
My,
go.
I also
All right. So now we've got the tome. All right.
like gambling.
So now we need a science. Sorry, no, we need the occult.
Occult.
Yep.
Mill for occult.
Nope, that's a
We
wow.
get that one.
Uh-oh.
That
The
may or may
dead
not-
walk. Despite our best efforts, the ramifications of our past actions continue to chafe at us. They moved at night, and we feared what would happen if we were ever found. Move all undead and the watchmen to new locations, distributed as evenly as possible.
Well, there's no one dead on the board right
Just
now.
the one watchman.
I love serial 1. So Watchmen, it has to move, right?
Yep.
Let's say hospital.
Yeah,
Don't
That
need it.
can't possibly go wrong.
no, that seems fine.
And
Oh,
we
we could put it back in the police station.
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah, let's do
you know
that.
what?
They can go back
Get back to the office, boys. Union breaks over.
So then you just draw the top card off that one.
Excellent. Ooh, and it's an occult.
We tried so
Whispering
hard.
by gaslight. Stressed
Sounds
by the
ominous.
night thus far, we were forced to a period of recovery. We talked over the gaslight, avoiding talk of any of the experiments. Lose 1 tome, gain 1 sanity.
That's bad economy.
Or you try to take a break from the work, whispering next to the lamp, unable to sleep. But West is indefatigable. He continues to talk, developing theories. Gain 1 tome, lose a sanity. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I think.
I want that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that one. Wow, we're toming it up right
Keep the guy
now.
talking, man.
Okay, so now it's the end of the serial. You're done as the narrator,
Yeah, that's
and
right.
it's Josh's turn to pick an action.
Well, I'm going to leave you for your signature move, so let's get more books.
All right, now we've got enough to remove
This will
2
give us
dice.
6 books,
Yeah.
All
which is
right.
2 dice out of the pool, right?
So yep.
Yeah, we need
I will
ingredients.
get ingredients.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. I can stay there and just get ingredients.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the
Yep,
same
yeah, you-
because we need to get those fast.
Aaron, you want to top us up?
Signature move.
Signature move.
Signature move. 2 sanity back, and we start the game with 1 sanity less. The next round. Okay, Josh, you are the narrator.
All right. Act 1. We were convinced of the mechanical nature of life, that it was all just a single equation waiting to be solved. We took to our work like mathematicians teasing out a problem. We can gain an ingredient and change to science, or, though that body was a mere mechanical process, we did not have the variables we needed. We were forced to turn to esoteric options. We can gain a tome, but we go to a cult after.
So what should we do?
Okay, so we can get an ingredient and get science, or we can get a tome and go to a cult.
How many tomes we had?
We got
6
6. But I don't think we
tomes.
need a tome.
Well, think about it though. 9 tomes is only 1 die we're rolling, and we're gonna need to roll low. If we get a tome for free here, and we use 2 actions to get 2 more, we're rolling a single die and needing almost nothing.
So, but yeah, I see. Okay.
I think removing the die is the better call.
Okay.
Even if we get to have fun with the occult chain as well.
What about ingredients? We get more ingredients than that 1 die. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You pick.
All right.
That's good.
Okay, so let's do that. Let's
right.
get the tome.
We got the tome, and then what?
Next up is an occult in Act 2.
Just a free tome. Look at that.
Narcotic assistance. A strange man came to our house offering a wonder drug that he claimed would help us accomplish our goals. I knew we had to gamble on any opportunity there could be. Lose 2 health and 2 sanity, get 3 tomes.
What?
That's kind of inefficient now. Or, we had to turn him away, the risks were simply too great. Unfortunately, he refused to go unless we could pay him. You can lose 2 ingredients.
Do we get to carry excess tomes into the next?
No.
Yeah, so you're going to choose at the beginning what you're going to spend or not.
Yeah, but we can't get 3 tomes.
You
'cause
can't
it's
get
only
3
2.
tomes.
Oh, there's only
get
2 left in the
2.
stack.
So we have to lose 2
Can we
ingredients.
get as many as we have, or we just can't
Yes.
even resolve it?
No, that's
you
it.
can't- you have
We
to
lost
do
2
it.
ingredients for
Okay,
that.
well, the good news is this changed into science next, so maybe we won't be so ridiculous.
That was pretty crazy. So now we thought we were doing well with these dice, but now at least we know what we're doing for action economy at the end here.
Yeah. Science.
All right. Oh,
The House of Shagai. We took a night off for a unique astronomical phenomenon. The planet Shagai was thought to be visible that night. We saw nothing, but our dreams were haunted by strange fungi. we lose a sanity. Or, somehow the planet affected our dreams, giving us visions of strange fungi. On the following morning, when we found them in the backyard, we knew we must use them. We lose 2 sanity and get 2 ingredients.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then you can do your signature move. We got him back. All right.
Easy come, easy go.
And that's it. That's the end of the subplot. Now it's your turn, Tyler, to rock and roll.
What do we want?
Do we want ingredients?
Do we agree we still want the 2 books to get the max 9?
Yeah, we probably need the economy at this point.
Okay. Makes sense.
I'll get the last book then.
Okay.
Ingredients or sanity?
Ingredients.
So
Signature move or
I'm trying to think about the math behind it, because if I do signature move and Josh gets the last ingredient,
We're rolling 1 die and we need a 4 or lower.
that should be doable.
that's okay.
50-50 that we lose.
We got a cadaver to re-roll it, so
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Let's go that route. Because I love my signature move.
all right. So 2 sanity back, and
Yep.
then
I'll have the ingredient.
last move is an ingredient. That ends the thing there.
Yep.
Okay, we're at the end of the serial.
So now you decide what you're gonna be using. So we're gonna trade in all the tomes.
So he's been a hefty reader.
Yeah.
There we go.
Buy 3 dice.
Goodbye, 3
Knowledge is
dice.
power.
And then we have 4 ingredients to perfect this serum. Who would like to make that roll? That magical roll.
I'll roll it.
Your last name.
All right.
Okay, yep.
There you go.
6.
Worst possible
Okay,
outcome.
so we had to spend this cadaver first,
Yep,
just
that
to
cadaver has to
do
be
the roll. Do you want to? Would you like to do the reroll?
Do you want that luck again?
Oh, right. You didn't make it. Derp.
Well, let's do the reroll. So do you want to?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone else roll. Come on, I'm not doing this.
4.
better.
So
Barely
we
got it.
made it. So those ingredients are gone. No loss of sanity or health. Now we begin the second round. The second serial.
And now there are 2 cadavers waiting to reanimate.
So it's important to note that as the serials progress, these cadavers will start to inhibit the board, making the difficulty curve start to ramp up. The first serial is supposed to be extremely easy to sort of get you into the game, teach you the mechanics. As you've seen, the mechanics are very simple.
Once you're used to it, it's gonna be very quick.
Oh yeah, it's very fast. It's very fun. It's all narrative. Have fun reading the cards, making it work. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually just speed play through this game. We're going to get us all the way through to a couple serials later, and then we're going to show you guys what happens then. Okay, we're going into serial 5 now, and the game has gotten pretty intense.
So what just happened is we're in the middle of my subplot, and the undead moved, and the asylum got overrun. So Aaron's no longer going to be able to do his signature move.
No.
As you can see, we've taken that roof and we flipped it over. So that is the police station where it looked like there. It looks red now. You have the tentacles in the background showing all the mythos stuff, and these symbols have changed. So now using the asylum only gives you 1 sanity.
Plus, there are 3 dudes there.
Yeah, what's worse, trying to use it right now with 3 dudes there means you lose 1 health every time you use the asylum.
Oh gosh.
So that's why at the beginning people might have been looking at it being like, Miskatonic University is just a weird different version of them.
Also-
it makes sense to have the backup.
Well, the front
My
lines.
new signature move.
Yeah.
We've been moving the watch back and forth because that's just our easy way to get rid of them for now, because these cadavers are going everywhere. Now we've got the undead, took over the church, they take over the historical society. They're just,
Right.
come on, Herbert, get your stuff together. He hung out at the hospital. We had a really bad last turn. He took a lot of health damage, and so we ended the turn there, getting some of his health back. He almost died, and we survived the roll just barely. We have extra ingredients and tomes to move us forward. So let's do serial 5, see what happens here.
Now,
So,
one thing to point out while we're still talking about this board state, if we'd been really clever and we'd moved the watch over to the asylum, they would have prevented it from becoming overrun, and I still could have used my signature move.
That's
yeah,
very true.
but because we were trying to be safe by dodging them back and forth, we actually burned
I mean,
ourselves
it's a
in the end.
nuisance to deal with them if they're there too, right?
Yeah.
You pay extra resources,
Yeah,
so.
you have
was
to
a-
pay an ingredient or a cadaver to be able to use that location.
Damn.
That was a crazy couple of rounds. All right, so going into serial 5, I believe it is back to the top. It's back to you, Tyler.
Yeah, so I'm going to use that hospital. Make sure we
Oh,
don't die.
we're starting the subplots.
Oh, right. Derp. Derp. So I grabbed 2 because I'm just on a run here. Testing the dissection table. Having built the table, we needed to find the time and a way to test it. Lit by an acetylene lamp, we began our tests. Lose 1 cadaver, gain 1 ingredient.
Can't do it.
That's a science. Can't do that. Or, being men of science, we knew the ins and outs of such a construction. Having built it, that was enough. Lose 1 tome, gain 1 ingredient.
Oh, that's a hard
Have
one.
to do it.
At least we are in that position where we can do that. And that's going to make us draw the top card.
Oh, gross. Well, we got. That's good.
Oh, there we go.
Time. Bring on the
Is that an occult?
That's an occult to the top card.
Oh, we are so dead.
An escape.
We have a whole other serial after this.
Yep. The creature had been taken to the asylum, and we had thought we were now safe. So long as it beat its head against those padded walls, we would remain so. Lose one sanity and move one undead to the asylum. Or, though the creature had been kept there, we thought there it would remain. On one dark night, it found a way to slip its bonds and escape. Lose 2 sanity, move one undead to the used cadaver pile.
Ooh, would that mean that would does that
Goes
overrun?
back to the pool.
But would that
Yes.
overrun it?
No,
begin
once it's
builds?
overrun, it's overrun.
Oh, so you lost it for the whole game.
Yeah.
I knew that. I was just playing it up for the camera. No, but so I think we can move an undead, right?
I think we
'Cause
move one from
we can move. We
Christchurch,
can
though.
move more over here.
I think we move one from. Oh, that's a good point.
I think the asylum can be a containment area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like just whatever. Like it's just full of cadavers and walking undead. What if we take the historical society guy and move him so we can get tomes back? Because we really got to dice these down.
I mean, we're still gonna need a cadaver, so we're gonna have to go to the church at some point anyway.
Oh, that's
But
right.
I think we need more tomes than cadavers.
Yes.
This should still work out.
Yep.
Oh
We
my
can take
gosh!
that
I hope we
hit.
don't get anything that moves the money here because we've got a whole used cadaver
Yep.
pile. Come on, Herbert, get
Well-
your serum together.
During the 6th serial, any undead and used cadaver pile are immediately on the board.
Okay. Here we go. So
Do we lose one sanity and one to the asylum?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's the
there's-
Get rid of the one
there
sanity.
it is. Oh.
So now it's
50-50. He's at
it's an
half health.
investigation. Oh, that's good. That was a bad card if we were on occult. Oh, that's another bad occult card. The pass. Oh no!
So wild.
This is the past attacks. It's a wild card.
Oh,
So
no.
there's no telling what the impacts of our past actions would be. I always feared for our well-being. If there's an undead at the same location as West, he loses 1 health.
Okay, there's no undead.
He's not, so we're okay.
We're okay there. Phew.
Yep,
okay.
bounce that bullet.
So now it's time for some action economy here. Okay, here's the problem. He's at 50%. Do we want to try and gamble the next subplot away, or do we want to start healing him up as best we can? Oh, the watch is at the front lines. We can't even
Gamble to get those
can't even
cadavers.
gamble. You know what? I'm going to be the guy that goes over here. He's going to go back home to Miskatonic, and I'm just going to bring us up a little bit. All right, you're up, Aaron. Signature move? Oh, wait, you
No.
can't.
Well,
that would kill us.
well, I mean, you can, but it's a really bad idea.
I could.
No,
Oh,
we'd lose the
we're all
game.
down with that, right?
We'd actually lose the game instantly. You'd take him to 0 health.
Yeah.
I gotta put
Could you
actual
use one
thought to
per-
this now.
whatever.
But at least he'd be more sane.
You also have the option, if they're ever really bad, you can use one of your actions to lose 3 health to get rid of 1 undead.
Oh, man,
To
that's...
represent going and killing him. But
So
that's
that's
a
just
big
12
hit.
health.
That
to
makes
get
that
the asylum
hospital
back.
even,
Yeah.
even sexier.
Books, ingredients. We do need a cadaver at some point.
Yeah.
We could probably take the health.
Yeah. Let's get that cadaver just so it's out of the way.
All right, so you're going to go over there,
Yep.
take a health, grab a cadaver. Done. So we have a cadaver. So we can make the roll now.
Yes.
Josh, what are you going to do?
Books.
Books. Done. Ty?
Book.
Book. All right, subplot number 2. Here we go.
You.
Oh, I got
Your turn.
Oh, I got to
Yours.
make my turn.
More
Oh,
books.
I already did. I went miskatonic.
Oh, right.
That's right.
So it is you. No,
Here
you're
we
right.
go. Ready? Boom. The heat is on. The heat is on. Police are looking into the recent disappearing bodies. They have a number of ideas, and unfortunately, medical students are one of them. We hid in the university, afraid what might happen. Lose 1 sanity and go to an occult. Or, as they looked through the university, we ran, leaving behind our precious experiments. Lose a cadaver.
No.
Definitely not going that route. So we're gonna lose a sanity. Goodbye, sanity. And I'm gonna go to Act 2, and it's gonna.
There's your occult.
Oh no! Death of a city watch. What?
Oh.
There was an incident in Christchurch Cemetery. The body of a city watch has been clawed to death in a manner not only too hideous for description. Replace the city watch with an undead, then place the city watch token back in the police station.
So it comes straight from the bank.
Oh God, no, no. Oh, I guess we just draw the top card off Act 3 then.
No, it's an occult.
Oh no. How did we had this game.
There you go.
We had this game. Yig. We had this game. A large snake was in the backyard looking in at the window as you broke your fast with Herbert West. It unsettled you both. and you refuse to talk about it, lose a sanity and the subplot. Or you force yourself from your seat to go and investigate the snake for its odd activities. There were small shapes near its head that looked almost like vestigial arms. Ugh. But it had eaten some of your work. Lose one ingredient. I say we lose the sanity. What do you guys think? We've got some left.
How are we going to get it back?
Oh, we can't get it
With
back.
Miskatonic University.
Yeah, miskatonic.
Okay.
We've got a bunch of health anyway.
Do you
Yeah,
want to
we
do
do.
that?
Sure.
Yeah, same.
All right, sanity's gone. Oh my god. We get one double sanity loss this game. And that's it. So, Merch, you get a chance to...
Perform my backup signature move.
your backup signature move. No, you're taking them away.
Let's put them
Oh,
back.
yeah.
So, yeah,
He can do whatever he wants.
no, we're trying to restore. All right, Josh, what are you doing?
We got 2 books, 3 ingredients. I'm feeling like we're probably going to be okay for ingredients. I'm hoping we will be.
3? That's
Yeah,
not
that
too
seems
bad.
fine.
Yeah,
It's 50-50.
This is fine.
What's the worst that could happen?
What happens when all the cadavers run into the cemetery?
Then you're lucky. And I mean, you're in a bad position. You're probably in a bad position if you make it to the 6th cereal in the cemetery.
All right, give me books.
Books.
Also, you're out of cadavers, so I don't know how you're rolling them.
We can get
Yeah.
we can get 1 dice off, which is good. What are you doing?
Me? It's me. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to Miskatonic University. Let's get one of those each.
All right, and I'm gonna go back and get a book.
I like it.
All right, I think that's good. I think we got enough health and sanity to get us through the next subplot.
Oh no, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
I have a feeling.
No, it's cool. I got this, guys.
I have a feeling we're in trouble.
Here we go.
We began our work at Miskatonic University. We had gained a great deal of notoriety for our work, limiting our ability to travel the halls of the university without being accosted. Lose 2 tomes, gain 1 sanity. Or, the scientific slaughter of uncounted small animals had resulted in the dean putting a stop to our experiments on campus. Lose 2 ingredients, gain 1 sanity.
I don't know, man. I think we lose the tome.
Remember, yeah.
2
remember back at the
ingredients
beginning
is
when you
the-
guys are like, we're doing great.
The action economy is not good for that. I say we lose the tome. I know it sucks, but
1 tome or 2 tomes?
It's 2 tomes.
it's 2. Never mind.
2 or 2.
Two.
Buy ingredients.
You get to pick which one, but you lose 2.
But you also
anyway.
gotta remember, what are you going to next?
Yeah, losing the tome sends us into an investigation. Losing the ingredients sends us into a science.
They're both. They're not. They're both.
I actually tended to lose the tomes to go to the investigation.
Yeah.
Just because the action economy to get them back is the same.
Okay, so we get
And the
insanity.
investigation might be friendlier.
Yeah.
I mean, that one wasn't particularly.
Oh yeah, this was a bad science. I think that's a good investigation.
Arguing over the fine points, Wes and I were trying to tweak and hone our recipe, checking our science again and again. It led to arguments of a friendly sort over best practices. Lose 1 sanity, gain 1 tome. Or,
Wow.
when we were both overtired, working too hard without enough sleep, we found that there were many problems that could arise, and demonstrations would have to be made. Lose 1 ingredient. We totally lose a sanity, gain a tome, right, guys?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the way we do this. Yeah.
What are we drawing?
We are drawing into science.
Or science.
Uh oh.
Yep.
A bankruptcy. The recent bankruptcy of one of our suppliers made gaining goods that much easier, so long as we had the money to support our purchases. Convert any number of ingredients into tomes, or any number of tomes into ingredients.
That's one of the best cards.
Oh wow. We could just drop 3 ingredients and get 3 tomes. Although the action economy is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't.
So at this point we're 3 and 3.
Pretty neutral, actually.
It's a card to help you when you're in a bad position.
Yeah, it
If we
really.
had not had that second one that helped us out a little bit, we could have been like, all right, let's think of this.
We could just do nothing and just lose the sanity. Oh no, we have to do it, right?
No, you have to. You can convert any number.
So we
Zero's a
can-
number.
Zero.
Zero's a number. Okay, so
Yeah.
what do you think?
Yeah, let's leave it where it is.
Okay, cool. Josh, your first action.
Books.
Books.
Always books.
Signature move, books.
When in doubt, books.
Books. You know what? I didn't read too much, as you can tell by me reading the cards, so I'm going to read more and get a book.
Nice.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to do my backup signature move.
Well, what about an ingredient?
We got 3.
No,
That's
back up your
50-50.
signature move.
He's full health. This is great.
All right.
All right, you're up,
And I'm
Josh.
up last. This is the last subplot.
Dun 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 dun
The
dun.
bookseller. Dun, dun, dun. Known for the strange sign in yellow that hung above his storefront, we were forced to consult with him often. Each time we did, I was left with an unerring sense of wrongness. Lose 1 sanity and gain a tome.
But then
Or,
default.
try to look Or, we avoided that one particular bookseller who upset us both so, turning away from him and his strange hissing voice. No effect, but science. Do you want that tome?
Do we want to go to the point where we get all the tomes again and try and get us down to one die roll?
I think so.
Or do we want to have the 2 die roll and just go crazy on ingredients?
I think the tomes are better.
Okay, so we lose a sanity?
Yeah, let's lose the sanity, gain a tome.
And go to a cult.
Yeah,
We like adventures.
Yeah, we
I like
yeah,
adventure.
we
Well,
like.
here's a wild.
Hey, I like that. Past actions, again. So often our past actions could find new ways to haunt us. We would spy the results of our failed experiments from time to time, or the results of their activities. Place 1 cadaver from the used cadaver pile on the board. We choose where it goes.
We could do front lines, get it closer to overrunning, which we don't really care much for.
Yeah, do it.
All right. Oh,
Oh.
they're overrunning it all right.
And this transitions into investigation. Not a cult. Not a cult.
Top card. There you go. Wild.
Past attacks again.
Oh, we're good.
If there was no telling what the impacts of our past actions could be upon us, and I always feared for our well-being. If there's an undead at the same location as West, lose a health. There's not.
We're good. All right. We survived that one.
Dodging bullets.
All right. You're up, Tyler. What are we doing for actions here?
This is our last. This is our last 4 actions.
What are we sitting at?
2 tomes to finish off the last die, and then I guess we could just tome and ingredients it. We're pretty good for health.
Yeah, we're actually not bad.
You know what? I'm gonna do this too. There you go. What are you gonna do, Merch?
I'm going to get a tome.
And then you're gonna tome it, Josh?
Tome, yep.
All right. So we're at the end of serial 5.
What are we trading in?
We're trading in all the books to get rid of 3 dice. Boom. See you later, dice. And we've got 5 ingredients.
Yep.
So this is a pretty good roll. But this is whatever we get, we get. So we cash the cadaver in. And you want to make the roll, Aaron?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Do
What's
it.
the worst that can happen?
Do it. Yeah, it gets a 6. 4.
We're okay.
Okay. So do we keep 2 ingredients?
No.
No, they all
You
go.
have to
That's
decide
right.
how many you're bidding at the beginning.
Darn.
If you put them all in, they all get used.
All right, there we go. I was a gambler. But the good news is,
No,
Six.
now we're on subplot 6, serial plot 6.
yeah, 06.
So you take the used cadaver pile, and they all go on the board.
So we just choose where they put them.
You have to distribute them as evenly as possible.
1, 2. Front lines are overrun. Oops. Goodbye, front lines. You were not very helpful to us this game.
No, front lines are a location that really only finds play if stuff is.
What happens if we put it here on the police station?
It can't be overrun, so that's okay.
And then we could put it here, well, evenly as possible, I guess.
Yeah. Strictly speaking, it's supposed to go farmhouse, historical society, miskatonic university, because everything else already had stuff on it.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
That's a game. Okay,
Now
so
we have one last serial to try to survive.
here we go.
Yep.
Raising of the watch. Even without our nocturnal activities, there were plenty of reasons that the watch could be raised. More men patrolling the street meant more difficulties for us. Move the city watch to Herbert West's location.
That's amazing.
That's brutal. Or, I forgot about the or. Wow, for a second I was like, we're doing.
Or.
It goes to an investigation though. The next one goes to an occult.
Yeah.
The watch was intelligent enough to know that staying in a single area for long periods of time was not conducted towards their operations. Move the city watch from one location to a different location.
How did they know that? They've
Player's
been there the
choice.
entire game, just about.
No, they can't go to the front line.
Yeah, front line. They can't go there anywhere, but they can go anywhere we want, and then we go to an occult, or they move to Herbert West's location, and then we get an investigation.
Let's get that a cult. I like to live dangerously.
Oh my
We have
god.
to pay them an ingredient every time we use the books, though, right?
Yep.
We don't have
That's
any ingredients, so we pay
That's
sanity.
going to suck.
Yeah. I say we move them to miskatonic.
Yeah. What about moving them to the asylum?
Yeah, it's a viable action.
We're
yeah.
never going to use it again.
Let them deal with all those undead. All right, so we'll go to an occult. Live dangerously.
There you go.
Oh, gross. Recalling a play. Oh, hopefully it's the K and Yellow. That play we had seen continued to haunt my memories.
Convenient.
You did see it earlier.
Continued to wonder what the anonymous playwright had been attempting to convey. Lose to sanity, gain a tome. Continue to occult. Or, I tried to put the play out of my mind. To avoid thinking about what accursed sign, and the unknown Hester. Lose 1 sanity. So, lose a sanity, go to investigation, or we can lose 2 sanity, get a tome. I think
Yeah, let's get the tome.
tome,
And then is that another occult?
Yeah.
another occult.
There you go. Here's the top one.
Oh, weird. Jeez. 1,000 tiny points. They wriggled out of the trees, 1,000 tiny points. We had been called out to investigate the farm, and now regretted it. Lose 2 sanity, gain 2 tomes. That would kill us. Darn it! Or We avoided the color out of space, believing it to be a little more than a rumor. There was no reason for us to become further involved. No effect. I think we do the no effect. Yeah, because otherwise we just lose the game.
No effect or give me
Yeah,
death.
otherwise we lose the game. Okay, and that's the end of subplot 3. So you get to pick an action.
Well, we've lost a lot of sanity, but we haven't lost any health yet.
Yeah, this might be bad.
So as the game keeps going, your action economy just keeps getting worse, eh?
I'm gonna get a tome. I'm gonna let you guys figure out how to deal with this mess.
No. So hang on. If we go to the hospital now, we're gonna gain 2 health and then lose 1 for the undead that's there.
Lose 1, then gain 2. That order of actions matters.
Yeah, it sure does.
Because you have to fight them off, and then you're like fighting your way into the hospital, and then all of a sudden you're like, no way, you patched up now. Ignore that guy.
But we got a problem
I'm
to
gonna do
do.
this first, and we'll take the health.
All right.
This will set us up to use the
Oh, that
university.
makes sense.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That was smart.
Alright.
You gonna heal us up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go tome happy. That way we've got at least 1 die gone. All right, you're up, Merch.
West hadn't aged a day.
Oh boy.
I strongly suspected that he might have been experimenting on himself, though I couldn't figure out how or why. I never questioned him on it. Gain 1 health, lose 1 sanity.
Nope.
Or, though I would never directly question my partner in this task, I investigated his rooms and conducted some experiments of my own. I learned nothing, but was afraid. Lose 1 ingredient.
So we can't do either.
that.
So we just lose the sanity.
No, we have to do the first one. Gain 1. Oh, we can't gain health.
No.
So that's fine. So we just lose a sanity.
What do you
We
draw?
just lose.
Investigation?
Science.
Science?
Yeah.
No.
I couldn't do either. What do I
Yeah,
do?
you would choose. Yeah, you would choose
Top
other.
card?
No, you would choose.
We can choose science or investigation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we choose investigation.
That'll generally be the friendlier one.
Yeah.
We hope.
Good. There you go.
You hand them over so excitedly because it's like, oh, that's gonna be good.
I love losing.
Ooh, a fortuitous turn.
A fortuitous turn. Your sneaking around may have provided an unexpected boon. You come across a recently deceased worker without any witnesses. You decide to leave it. No effect. Or, take it. Draw the first hard card from the deck,
Nope.
but gain a cadaver.
Yeah,
Gain
first
1
cult.
cadaver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, scan that cadaver. That's a reroll, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, if we draw anything that makes us lose a cadaver, we can still roll.
That's fine. I love
I'm all
occult
for the occult adventures.
Yeah, the cult
do it.
seems to be kind of fun. Oh, gross.
Dagon's disciples. We attended a meeting of the Esoteric Order of Dagon upon an invitation. The incense boggled my mind, and the chanting was in a language I failed to understand. In frustration, I forced us to leave, lose 1 sanity. Or, Herbert West was quite taken by the preachings of the Esoteric Order of Dagon, claiming they were revealing great truths to him. I was wary and made him promise not to return there, disliking the covetous eye they cast on Herbert.
Ooh.
Lose 3 sanity
But nope.
in 2 tomes.
So we're just gonna
You
lose
can't
1
do
sanity,
that.
just straight up.
Seems fine.
Yeah. Well, he's almost insane.
All right, you're up, Josh.
In his current condition, what business does he have going to this ritual? Come on.
I have an idea. What if
invitation.
Turn that down. Herbert's
What
gonna
if
do
the
what
two of
Herbert's
you-
gonna do. Yeah.
I have an idea. What if the 2 of you get ingredients and take 2 damage, and then the 2 of us can do the Merch's secondary signature move and recover 2 things?
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah, that
the
makes
best
sense.
one.
That might be just thinking quickly. And
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm down for it.
2 ingredients, and
Make
then
it so. So
and then-
there twice.
and then
here
here,
twice.
and then we'll get those 2 health back that we lost plus 2 sanity. Okay, okay, we got this.
Yep.
We got this. Is this the
You're
last?
gonna be the final narrator, I believe.
Yeah. So you're next on this on the
Yep.
narration.
I'm getting ready to shuffle these.
We've only got 1 die gone. This is crazy.
Too much work, insufficient sleep.
Sounds like us. Lynnvander.
The urge to push on is ever present. The desire to continue to push and strive for something more. Through your work, you can achieve new plateaus. Lose 2 sanity and gain a tome. Or, a lack of sleep leads to further mistakes, new problems, and setbacks. Discretion can be far better. No effect but occult. Or it's 2 sanity, tome, and science. I'm good for the science, to be honest.
You want to do the lose 2 sanity?
I do.
We've got 1 sanity left after that.
That's fine.
This is fine. Let's do it.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
We get
I'm
stuck.
not gonna win if we don't gamble.
But if we get stuck, oh, okay. Let's do it.
All right, science for science. The tread of others. Something about the conversation puts you in mind of convalescence. Your gloom disappears, and in a short time you become as cheerful as you once were. Recover 1 sanity, but transition to occult.
I like that one.
There is no time to rest. You need to push on.
I totally into getting sanity back.
I think so.
Yeah, and plus we get the call, which is good.
Here you go. Top one.
The horror. A creature is rampaging across the country, all the way from Dunwich. You decide to go out and investigate, learning more about the occult and the unknown. Lose 2 health, gain 1 tome. Ooh. Or, Dunwich has long been a source of things that are foolish. Stay home and be safe. Lose 1 sanity. I want the tome.
I totally say we, now it gives
Health
us,
is not worth anything now.
oh man, that's great.
Well, you have
Okay.
to survive that final roll still.
Yep. Hail Mary.
What are you gonna do?
What are we at?
We're doing pretty good right now, I think.
2, 4, 5.
Says me.
I want to get 1 more tome. It's going to be close.
So we got 6, so we got those okay. I'm gonna go and do we want to just tome it out again? Seems like
I think we're going to need to get at least another health plus sanity as one of these actions left.
yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go
So desperately need another ingredient.
I'm gonna grab an ingredient and take a wound.
Yeah.
Your signature move?
Yep.
He's so excited.
As well.
Okay, there we go. Okay, we've got.
Last subplot.
This is good. This is good. All right, bring us home, Tyler.
A night in the library. You spent a long night in the library and you found it at last. A dusty tome, the only translation of it that either of you knew of. You copy what you can from Le Culte de Ghoul. Gain 1 tome, but draw an occult.
Ooh.
Or, alas, a night off can be a good thing from time to time. Herbert West fell asleep at the table and you carried him home. Gain 1 sanity, but draw the top card. So that one just takes away.
I'm 100%
choices.
going. I'm 100% going. Tome. I would vote for Tome,
Yep.
Well, yeah, for sure.
and then like we get to do our favorite thing, which is go down a call, which never hurts us in the past.
I could not extract the memory. It's going to be a cult either way. Of that hideous shriek of the creature returning to life. I shared my experience with West, and he seemed unperturbed, though it wasted some of our time. Choose one. Lose 1 ingredient, 1 cadaver, or 1 tome.
Oh, straight up. Well, the cadaver is probably the best option.
The cadaver's a reroll, right?
Yeah.
Well, if we lose the tome, there's no undead there.
And there's the last call for him
Get it
too.
back.
This is the last read, and then it's the end of game.
Yeah.
Want to lose the Tome?
I think so.
Yeah.
We could theoretically just get 3 more tomes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remembrances. Our foul experiments had a strange tendency to congregate in places we would not have expected, and tended to group together when possible. Lose 1 sanity, move 1 undead to the cemetery, then move each undead to a new location. Or, if we didn't interfere, they would find each other, and we were terrified of what would happen then. Move 1 undead to the location of another undead. If not possible, take 1 from the used cadavers.
I think
Well,
we'll do the
Second one, yeah.
Yeah, we could move this guy out of the farmhouse.
Yep.
Yeah, and just into the asylum.
There you go. That asylum is totally out. Wow. Wow, what a different game from the last time we played. All right. Okay, there it is. So it's time for actions. I'm just going to go Tome to Tome happy.
Yeah, I'll grab a tome as well.
Josh? Tome.
tome, and then
Tyler?
do we need another ingredient, or do we want the last resource? We want the health and the sanity back.
I think.
Well, I think we're fine.
The
I
ingredient.
think we get the ingredient.
All right, I think we got
Oh,
this.
that's too many.
I think we got this game. Okay, so now we're going to cash all these guys in.
So I get to the 3 again?
Yeah. That's the way to do it. All right,
One cadaver to roll.
there we go. I think we auto win it because,
There you go.
there we go. 1 cadaver to roll, and then we could re-roll if we want, but it was impossible for
We'll
us
survive.
to lose enough.
Yeah.
And there we go. So Herbert West has managed to perfect the serum, but we've got a, much like in the comic, or much like in the actual book, he ends up with a town overrun full of undead. So there we go. It turns out just like the thing itself. We are the world champions of this game, though, because we created it and we're the only ones that are playing it right now.
No one else has ever beaten it.
Yes.
We'd very much like that to change.
Yes. So there are multiple levels of difficulty ramping that we will have ready for you by the time the game is going to full print. This particular run through, thanks for watching the first serial and the 5th and 6th serial to manage to show you how the game is played. Like you said, you got this gorgeous pieces of punch board you put together to create your 3-dimensional town, Arkham. And yeah, we're really excited. Please back this. Consider sharing it with everyone you know. If you're an Arkham fan, you will love all of the text that you've heard. There will be expansion content at Stretch Goals add-ons, the King in Yellow,
The Haunter in the Dark.
the Haunter in the Dark. We've got the
Modern
gate,
Times,
the Modern
which is
Times.
still But I think we were still talking about changing the title on or not.
Right, The Modern Times, which is a working title, which is about the comic book itself with the crocodile monster. We've got so many cool opportunities to expand this game out for you. New cards, new subplots, and then of course new tokens and things. Thanks so much for watching the video, and thanks for backing us.